What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon, PGA edition. We're going to try something new. If you guys like it, let us know. Tell us down below. Want to try something new? We're bringing PGA to the channel and to FTA Plus. We're going to have some things over there, and if you guys have questions, you want to see certain things in these videos, if you play DFS and you look for certain things, let us know. It's not going to be like baseball. It's going to be a little bit different, but we're going to try. We're going to see what we can do. I'm going to try it for NASCAR, and I'm going to try it for MMA as well. I don't know how it's going to go, but that's what we're going to do. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Subscribe if you can. Trying to get to 10,000 before the start of the NFL season. If we can get there, would be pretty awesome to get there pretty quickly. But we're going to look into this. We're going to look at the PGA Wyndham Championship. Starts on Thursday. So everything starts on Thursday for PGA. If you've never played, check it out. We're going to go over just the course in general. Then we're going to go over past results. And then we have a bunch of research in our bacon station, is what we call it. And hopefully you're able to see it. And if you have questions about it, let me know, and we'll go through there. So just looking at this, obviously we've got 18 holes. You can see how they break down. Hole number 1's 418. Hole number 2 is a par 4. So they're pretty big holes. 418 par 4, 442 par 4. Hole number 3 is a par 3, 174 yards. Number 4 is a par 4, 428 yards. Number 5 is a par 5, 529 yards. Pretty big hole. Par 6 is par 4, 423. Number 7, par 3, 223. Kind of a big par 3 there. Hole number 8 is par 4, 374 yards. Hole number 9 is a par 4, 416 yards. Hole 10 is par 4, 440 yards. Hole 11, a par 4, 486 yards. 12 is a par 3, 235 yards. Hole number 13, par 4, 405 yards. Number 14, par 4, 505 yards. Number 15 is par 5, 545 yards. Hole number 16 is a par 3, 175 yards. Tiny hole there. Then we got 17 is a par 4 at 406 yards. And then hole number 18 is a par 4, 507 yards. Looking at this, we don't have any hole stats. Obviously, these will be updated throughout the days. So this is something you can check out. But you look at this. It's a par 70, 7,100 yards. The record in 2019, JT Poston at 258. His score was 258 over 4 rounds. Bermuda grass, Bermuda fairway, rough, and green. And it's been around since 1926. So we look at this, and what does that mean? Well, there are some weather concerns this entire weekend. We've got rain and showers pretty much all weekend. They should still get it in here, but we are looking at this as not the best weather. Obviously, it's Tuesday by the time Thursday hits, and by the time the weekend hits, the weather can obviously change. But as of right now, not looking the best. It's looking like Saturday. It's going to be hot and humid. Saturday might be the only day we don't get rain, so we'll kind of look and hope for the best there. So last year's winner was Tom Kim. He has a record for being the only player, or the first player born after the turn of the century, or the millennium, to win. It's just kind of crazy that it's unfortunate. We're going to have some weather that might damper a little bit if this is your first time playing. So looking at this, we've got some things to look over. We've got a bunch of stats in our bacon station, which is right here, which you can see. And we're going to dig in a little bit. Obviously, we don't have anything here yet. We're going to change it up a little bit, and we'll go through there. So let me get everything ready, and I will be right back. Okay, so this is our bacon station. Let me make it a little bit bigger for you to be able to see on the screen, which you can. Okay, so we have gone ahead and we filtered this through from the highest on. It just depends on what you want to do, but if you want to sort by the highest on DraftKings, which we usually go off of. We can go through there. So as of now, we've got all the golfers that are in there. Some will obviously withdraw. This isn't a full slate that we will see. Those will change at some point. Moving forward, we'll let you know. But we have this. We'll have a cheat sheet. I don't think we'll have optimal lineups. We will have core plays, though. Golf is one where we like to give you the options and go through there. So the ownership percentage usually will be put out Wednesday night early, Thursday morning if it's the tee time is not, sometimes the tee times are 5 a.m. So that is kind of where we'll have the ownerships prior to that. But what I wanted to show you is just kind of how they've had success, where they're at, what their price is at, the Vegas odds on the players. And then we're going to talk about some of our fades that we're going to fade, at least on DraftKings anyway, due to the pricing and stuff like that. So there's a lot of information that you might not understand, and if that's the case, let me know. Try to look at it. So as of now, Sungjae Im here, very expensive, second highest priced on FanDuel, highest priced on DraftKings. We're projecting right now 83.2, just a little bit lower than Matsuyama, Russell Henley as well. And you can kind of see we've got the course history throughout the last 7 years. If they've played, it's on there. If they haven't played, it's blank. So use that information how you will. If you kind of want to think about that, that is the thought process when we go through here. So he was, there's a lot of information you got to look at. You got to look at the weather. Then you got to look at the course. And we just went over the course, the holes, and the distance and stuff like that. And then if you look at the actual courses and you see the actual holes, then you dig in and you look at players that have driving distance or the accuracy is huge. Obviously, the more accurate that they are, the more they're going to hit the green in regulation. Then we have greens in regulation. Then we have birdies are better gained, which there's so much information that you need to look at. So just kind of looking at this, you can see the last year, M right here, he finished second overall. Matsuyama didn't play in this last year. Henley was fifth. Burns didn't play. Adam Scott and Lowry here didn't do too well. Then you've got all these other ones, these ones that you're looking at where Auberg is very high priced here. You look over here, projected here, you go through the odds. Obviously, the odds are not going to change yet because it's Tuesday. These will change at some point, and you can kind of see percentage to win or their odds to win, 19-1. And then you see it we'll see the actual live come Wednesday night, and then you can kind of gauge what Vegas is thinking. And then you take that and you look at how they've done on this course overall. And then you come over here in their recent results, their last 5 tournaments they played in, or the last 5 tournaments overall, how they've played. So obviously, M has not done very well. And let's format this where we can look at it, kind of get it all here, and we'll go through. So let me do that real quick. Okay, and we've gone ahead and done that. So when you go over here and we can look at how they've done recently, you can then compare how they've done to their recent form. Some took the week off from the last tournament. JT Poston might be one of my favorite, one in 2019. He might be my favorite play, might be my overall favorite play on this course. I really like what he did. He won in 2019. Last year he got second. He's been doing pretty good. His recent results, no, not last year he got second. Last year he got 21st, not so good, 20 and 20, 21 and 20, won it in 2019, coming off a second place finish last week. Then right here, back-to-back 6th place finishes. Might be one of my favorite ones, especially on like DraftKings at his price, between 9,200 and here. And then you can just kind of see, made the cut. You want to take golfers that have made the cut a ton. So that would be this column here. And then that is recently. And then long-term, how many, that's over a couple year period. how many times they've made the cut out of 100%, obviously. Then we look at driving distance. So then you got, you look at, the big dogs who can hit really, really far, really, really straight. That's what we're looking for. Then you look at greens and regulation, and birdies are better gained once you dig through everything there. So then we kind of have the results. This will be edited and updated, but this is last year's. I'm going to edit this, so this tab will be updated. And then strokes gained, this will be all color coordinated as well. And you can just kind of see how many people, how many rounds they've done off the tee, then strokes gained approach, then strokes gained around the green, and then strokes gained in putting as well. So those are the ones we can look at there. And then and these are questions that I've had in the past, but who am I fading? So like I said, I love Poston. I love Justin Thomas. I love these two in my lineups. They're going to be expensive, but they're right around here. Justin Thomas really needs to come within, a top 5 finish if he wants to go to the Ryder Cup, if he wants to get into the playoffs with the PGA, which they have right now. So if he wants to get in the playoffs, he's got to do something big here. So these are might be my two core plays overall. And then people have been asking, who would I fade? So one of my fades is Alex Smalley. Now, when you look at this, he's a hometown person. He's from this around here. Obviously, this is his home course. He's played this course a ton of times. He's 8,100 on DraftKings. He's 9,500 on FanDuel. I think a lot of people are going to be taking Smalley, and I think we could fade it because, again, it's his home course. Everything's going to be on him. Now, I would not be surprised if he is a top 2 to 3 ownership percentage when all is said and done, when the first round kicks off on Thursday. So I'm going to be fading Smalley here. You can do with what you want. Again, everyone loves a hometown person, a hometown story. This is just kind of where I'm at. I don't like him in putting. He's ranked 109th in this field, just out of all these golfers, 109th for shots gained on putting, or strokes gained on putting, which tells me right now I've got to fade. So this is one I'm fading. Alex Smalley, 100% I'm out on. Then we move our way down, or move our way up. Denny McCarthy here. I'm fading him. It shows like his price at 8,700 would, and then you look at this, didn't do too good last year, didn't play last week. His last start was he ranked 140th out of all of them. Then you look over here, his cuts are okay. I don't like him. I think Russell Henley's probably going to be up top here, chalk-wise, where I'd rather take Henley. I'd rather pay up for Henley at 10,200 than to pay down at McCarthy at 8,700. But that is kind of a couple of the players that I would like to be fading. And when people ask why, that's kind of where I'm at. That's where I'm looking at. Those two players, I'm pretty much out on. So now let's talk about players that I'm in on for either cash or tournaments. Most of the time, I am only playing tournaments for this. I don't really like to play a ton of cash, but people have been asking cash plays, tournament plays, and we're going to go with that. So I honestly think a couple of players that are possibly core plays for me, like I said, JT Poston, I don't mind him at all here. Justin Thomas, I think he's one of my core plays as well. For tournament-wise, looking down, Billy Horschel is another one that I really like as a play, and I'm trying to find out where he is at. Did I overlook him? There he is, Billy Horschel. Looking at this, you can see that he's had success in the past in this course. He got a 2 top 10s in the last 5 years. Not the best coming off last week, but then he had 2 top 15s there as well. And these are plays that if you're sports betting as well, you can sports bet like X amount of players to get, top 10 or top 15 or top 20, and you could parlay those. Those work out a lot of the times as well when we've done that, and we've done a little bit of that too, and it's pretty awesome how that's worked out. So love me some Billy Horschel, love me Justin Thomas, JT Poston, are all tournament plays that I'd be looking at. But if you want to look at the high-priced plays, so they're high-priced for a reason. They've done well lately, or they've done well in the past at this place, and that's where I'm at. Sung J M, I really like him here. I don't mind him. Matsuyama, I don't mind. Russell Henley, I do like, and Sam Burns. They're all going to be very expensive. You're going to take, these are like super expensive, obviously. You're going to see these prices, but you can take these and you can go find a couple of value plays that people are looking for. And that's another thing. People always look for those value plays, punt plays or cheap plays, let's say under 6K on DraftKings. So, there's not a ton under 6K. You've got these right here. It really just depends on who it is. Or we can go on FanDuel. It really just depends. So it's really hard to take any of these, though. There's a reason. Some of these won't be not disqualified, but they'll withdraw. Be sure of that. They haven't played lately. They haven't played this course at all. So I'm probably avoiding that low. And we've got to get up here, in the 6,000 range. So anything in the 6,000s. So anything value-wise from 6,000 and up to 6,900 I would look at. So looking at that, really just depends. Tier-wise, Callum Tarrant, I don't mind. He's here at 6,900 on DraftKings. Got 27th in this place last year. That was the first time he's played it. He's coming off the 13th place last week. We could be looking at Grayson Sigg, who comes in at 6,800. Where is he at? Grayson right here. Last year he played this one time, 97th place, coming off a not so good here at 141. These are just some of them at 6,000. So if we want to look at the 7,000 range, now we're just looking at DraftKings, guys. So when I say this, I'm talking strictly DraftKings, and if you play FanDuel, they're obviously correlate a little bit, but these would be kind of what I'd look at for 7,000 range. And if we like them, these are the ones that I would look at. Adam Svensson at 7,500. Really like him here. 78th here before, 31st as well, and coming off a top 40 finish here, or coming off last week. A couple of his last, so 4 of his 5 last rounds, top 40 finishes. Is coming off 78th of last year, so that's a little bit discouraging, but that's kind of what we're looking at there. Another one kind of in this range is Harris English, comes in at 7,600 right here. He's played this course all but 2021. Last year didn't do too well, 124th, but then you can see top 40s here, and then his recent was 46, or his 3M didn't play last week, but 2 weeks ago, or the last time he played 2 tournaments ago, he got 85th in that one. So it really just depends on, you got to take them. You got to see their distance, their accuracy, because a lot of these holes, like we said, are pretty big, massive holes to cover, and that's kind of where we're looking at. So if you want to go up a little bit more, we could look at the 8,000 range, which is from Adam Hadwin up to Steven Yeager. Depending on who it is, I would kind of be looking at, we'll go up to 8,009, so we'll go up from Adam Scott down to Taylor Moore. So love me some Adam Scott. Needs to get in the top 70 overall to get into the playoffs. Looking at that, in 2022 he got 76, not so good. But in 2021 he got second place, and then his last 2 tournaments, 33rd and 78th. So Adam Scott is playing for a playoff spot. So that's always a scenario that you might not know. So that's kind of what we go off here. Shane Lowry is another one right here. He's got to get in the top 70 as well if he wants to get in the playoffs. He's a GPP only pick, though. Kind of in the middle from what I'd be looking at. Played here last year, 83rd. Played here in 2020, got 23rd place. 2018 was 73rd. 2017, his best start here was 7th place. And then in 2016, he got 42nd. Didn't play last week and didn't do too good. The tournament before that for 108th, but the tournament before that, he got 12th. So a lot of good things have to happen for Lowry to get in there. DraftKings has priced a little bit lower, but he's still towards the top. So those would be kind of the things that I'd be looking for. Some of the players, we're going to have more on the website. But looking at this, those are some of the players that I would like. A lot of people have been asking about, like, I read one of the comments on one of the videos was asking if we did tiers. And we have done tiers in the past. I just don't know if there's enough interest in PGA tiers to go over stuff like that. So if there is, let me know, and we can get that in the next video. Let me know what you guys thought of this video. If there's a certain direction you would like it to go in, if there's a certain script you would like me to follow, where we talk about, you know, certain players or ranges, or what are you looking for in these videos that we kind of covered. So obviously, you know that with baseball, we've evolved. So I take your guys' comments, I look at them, and we try to evolve them to getting you guys the best information we possibly can. But this is part of the FTA Plus that's on the website, but this will be added to the website. Again, and I'm sorry for people that are on mobile only. Golf is one that it's just hard to do mobile only. Looking at that, I'm going to try to do a cheat sheet like I do for baseball, where there aren't projections, and then the projections will be on here. But there's so much information and columns and numbers that it's very hard to make it mobile friendly. So if you can get on an iPad, if you can get on a computer, it's a lot easier to read this information here. So this is the Bacon Station for this week. We will be moving forward with PGA. We'll do MMA, which I'm going to try to do videos on MMA, and we'll see how that goes. And then same thing with NASCAR, and then once NFL gets here as well. So a lot more in the horizon. If you guys like this video, let me know. I feel like it wasn't my best video, I won't lie. Kind of jumbled. I wanted to get this out to you, kind of see what we're talking about. If you have questions, but for sure, criticize. What do you guys want in these videos? And I will make it happen for the next video. So good luck. And let's bring up some bacon for the Wyndham Championship for 2023. Peace.